There's a mysterious phenomenon that happens when your aura carries true presence. People turn toward you without understanding why. It's not about appearance, charm, or even confidence in the ordinary sense. It's something deeper, something ancient in the psyche that recognizes resonance before logic ever arrives. Presence has its own gravity. It draws attention like the pull of a magnetic field, silent yet undeniable. When you walk into a room, you don't need to announce yourself. Your energy does it for you. People feel it before they can name it. Their eyes turn instinctively, their bodies subtly orient toward you. Their awareness sharpens as if some invisible signal just passed through the air. A powerful aura carries a vibration that communicates directly to the unconscious. It tells others this person is awake. It's not the kind of wakefulness that comes from caffeine or adrenaline. It's soul-level awareness. You radiate alignment, a coherence between your thoughts, emotions, and intentions. When that coherence exists, it organizes energy around you. It creates a field that feels both safe and intriguing. It's the kind of presence that makes people pause mid-sentence, sensing something alive and real that can't be faked or imitated. People often mistake this attention for vanity or charisma, but it's not performance, it's energetic transparency. You have no need to pretend because your inner world and outer expression are in harmony. Others sense this unity instinctively. Their unconscious minds are drawn to balance like thirsty roots drawn to water. The moment they encounter someone whose energy is clear, they lean in without realizing it. They may smile without knowing why, or feel strangely nervous as if exposed to something raw and authentic in themselves. Your presence doesn't shout. It hums. It whispers through the energetic language that all living beings understand. It speaks of groundedness, of inner stability, of a self that has made peace with both light and shadow. This is why people notice you even when you say nothing. Silence becomes eloquent when filled with this kind of presence. You might be standing in line, lost in thought, and still someone nearby keeps glancing at you. It's not attraction in the ordinary sense, it's resonance. Their energy field is responding to yours, seeking coherence in a world full of noise and scattered attention. Such presence feels like stillness in the storm. People crave that stillness even if they can't articulate it. They turn toward you because your energy offers a mirror, one that reflects what they long for but rarely find within themselves. You embody something integrated, something they sense but haven't yet anchored in their own being. Your aura doesn't demand attention, it evokes recognition. It reminds others of who they could be if they stopped fragmenting themselves for acceptance. There is also a psychological aspect to this. Every human being carries a deep instinct for safety and authenticity. When someone enters a space with a coherent energetic field, others' nervous systems relax. They unconsciously register that they're in the presence of someone emotionally regulated, someone not projecting chaos or hidden agendas. The body knows before the mind does. That's why people might feel calm around you without knowing your name. Your energy communicates, you can breathe here, but attention can also carry shadow. The same light that attracts admiration can awaken insecurity in others. Some may feel uneasy because your clarity exposes the fog they live in. They might misinterpret their discomfort as dislike, when in truth it's recognition of their own potential suppressed by fear. You, without meaning to, become a catalyst. Your presence calls dormant aspects of others into consciousness. This is the double-edged nature of a powerful aura. It heals and disturbs, inspires and confronts, often at the same time. Those who turn toward you with genuine warmth are responding to the harmony you've cultivated within. Those who avoid your gaze are responding to their own resistance to that same harmony. Both reactions are signs of your field's potency. The aura, when charged with authenticity, becomes a mirror of truth. It doesn't judge or manipulate, it simply reflects. People turn toward that reflection, seeking to remember something about themselves they forgot. This magnetism isn't built overnight. It's born from self-awareness, emotional honesty, and years of shadow work. Every time you integrate a fear, release resentment, or forgive yourself, your energy becomes more refined. You radiate clarity instead of confusion, intention instead of impulse, calm instead of chaos. Over time, this refinement transforms you into a tuning fork for higher consciousness. The frequency of your aura naturally influences your surroundings, harmonizing whatever is discordant. So when people turn toward you without knowing why, it's not coincidence. It's resonance meeting recognition. It's the soul remembering the sound of its own truth, reflected back through another being. It's energy communicating what words never could. The silent announcement that something real has entered the room, and every heart nearby, even unconsciously, feels it. There's something magnetic yet soothing about your presence. Strangers find themselves opening up to you, sometimes within minutes of meeting you. They share their stories, their fears, their memories, as if some invisible permission had been granted. It's not that you ask probing questions or try to pull words from them. It's your energy, calm, non-judgmental, grounded, that invites honesty without effort. People sense that you are not waiting to respond, you are listening to understand. You carry a vibration of safety, and the human psyche, weary of pretense, instinctively leans toward it. When someone feels your energy, they feel seen without being scrutinized. You don't impose expectations, and that creates psychological space, a rare experience in a world where most interactions are transactional. Your aura doesn't say, prove yourself, it says, you're enough. This subtle energetic message disarms defenses that have been built over years of mistrust and disappointment. Strangers who might normally guard their emotions start to feel a softening inside. Their nervous system relaxes, their speech flows. They begin to remember what it's like to be authentic without consequence. Your ability to hold emotional space isn't about technique or social skill, it's about resonance. You don't analyze or fix. You absorb and reflect. You listen not just with your ears, but with your entire field. You sense the pauses between words, the tremors behind laughter, the pain disguised as politeness. Because you're attuned to energy, you respond with presence rather than advice. This kind of listening goes beyond conversation. It becomes healing. People may not realize it, but they feel lighter after speaking with you because they've been witnessed, not by your judgment, but by your consciousness. At a psychological level, people open up to you because your aura carries acceptance. You have likely gone through your own cycles of loss, pain, and self-discovery, and that inner work has purified your energy. Others can sense that you faced darkness and survived it without bitterness. That makes you safe. Humans recognize emotional safety instinctively. They can feel when someone will not weaponize their vulnerability. Your energy doesn't extract, it receives. It doesn't demand a story, it allows a story to unfold. There's also an archetypal quality to your presence. In mythology, the healer or wise figure often carries this same vibration, one that absorbs others' truths without collapsing under them. When people encounter that archetype in you, they don't see a stranger, they sense familiarity as if they've met an old friend in a new form. This recognition transcends language and logic. It's soul-level communication. It's why people sometimes say, I don't know why I'm telling you this. On some level, they do know. They're responding to the frequency of understanding that emanates from you. Even in silence, your aura communicates empathy. The way you hold eye contact without intrusion, the way your body language remains open, the way your energy neither rushes nor retreats. All these cues tell the unconscious mind that it's safe to express. People can feel that you won't use what they say against them. They can sense that you are not secretly competing, comparing, or judging. Your calmness regulates their anxiety. Your presence anchors their scattered emotions. In that moment, you become a container for what they've been carrying alone. What's happening energetically is a subtle exchange, and they release what has been suppressed, and your field gently transmutes it. You don't even have to speak for this to happen. Sometimes your silence is more powerful than any advice could ever be. It's as if your aura tells them, you can let go now. You're safe to be real here. That is the essence of spiritual empathy, the ability to hold another's truth without needing to fix, control, or interpret it. Strangers opening up to you is not random. It's a reflection of your inner clarity, your self-acceptance, your integration. You've created an energy field where authenticity feels natural, and people's souls recognize that long before their minds do. They don't know why they trust you, only that, for once, they don't have to hide. There's a rare kind of energy that doesn't comfort the ego, but awakens the soul. When you carry a powerful aura, people around you begin to confront themselves, not because you tell them to, but because your presence acts as a mirror. You don't have to point out their contradictions or expose their insecurities. Your energy does it automatically. It reveals truth in a way that can't be ignored. You stand as a silent reminder of authenticity, and in your reflection, others see both what they are and what they've been avoiding. When someone meets you, they feel an intensity that's hard to explain. It's not loud or intimidating, but it's penetrating. You look at people with awareness rather than judgment, and that awareness disarms their usual defenses. Suddenly, the layers they wear to impress the world start to feel heavy and unnecessary. They might find themselves becoming more self-conscious, not because you criticize them, but because your energy vibrates at a frequency where falseness can't easily survive. You represent inner honesty, and that kind of energy forces people to notice the distance between their truth and their performance. The confrontation you inspire is internal. It happens quietly, in the way someone replays their words after speaking to you, or the way they reflect on their own motives later that night. You don't push them toward introspection. Your energy naturally invites it. There's something about your steadiness, your refusal to wear a mask, that makes others aware of their own pretenses. They begin to feel a discomfort they can't name, and that discomfort is the first step toward awakening. It's the friction between the false self and the real one. Your presence has this effect because you've done your own shadow work. You've looked into your own darkness without running from it, and that gives you an aura of emotional truth. People sense that you can see through far ADs, not because you're trying to, but because you've learned to see through your own. When someone who hides behind illusions meets someone who lives in authenticity, the unconscious recognizes the contrast instantly. It's like standing before a clear mirror after years of distortion. For some, that's liberating. For others, it's deeply uncomfortable. You make people confront their fears, not through words, but through vibration. Your energy field vibrates with coherence, and incoherence can't remain hidden in its presence. Those who are lying to themselves about what they want, who they love, or what they believe often feel strangely unsettled around you. They can't pretend as easily. Their emotions start surfacing, their patterns start revealing themselves, their truth begins to press against the walls of repression. You didn't trigger them, their own soul did, using your energy as the catalyst. This effect can create polarized reactions. Some people feel drawn to you, sensing that you awaken something real within them. They feel inspired, lighter, more self-aware. Others pull away, misinterpreting the mirror you hold as judgment. They may even project their discomfort onto you, claiming you're too intense or too much. But the truth is, your energy simply exposes what they've refused to face. You are not causing their discomfort, you are revealing it. The psyche naturally seeks equilibrium. When people come into contact with someone whose energy is balanced and integrated, their own imbalance becomes visible. Their inner shadows start to stir, demanding attention. Some resist it, while others embrace it. But in either case, your presence initiates movement within them. It's as though your aura calls forth the parts of themselves they've kept in exile. You make people confront themselves because you embody wholeness. You are not afraid to acknowledge your flaws, and that gives others permission to do the same, even if it first comes through tension or resistance. Your aura is like light filtering through darkness. It doesn't attack the shadows, it reveals them. And once something is revealed, it can no longer be denied. When your aura carries true strength, you begin to attract both admiration and resistance in equal measure. It's the paradox of light. The brighter it shines, the more it reveals, and revelation doesn't always bring comfort. People are drawn to you because your energy radiates authenticity and confidence, yet that same energy unsettles those who are not ready to meet those qualities within themselves. Your aura becomes both a magnet and a mirror. It awakens curiosity and envy, affection and defensiveness, reverence and rivalry, all at once. Those who admire you sense something rare in your presence. They feel your alignment, the quiet power of someone who no longer needs validation to feel worthy. It's not arrogance, it's self-possession. You stand in your truth without apology, and people who are still searching for theirs find that magnetic. They see in you the reflection of their own unrealized potential. You embody qualities they want to develop: calm, confidence, integrity, emotional independence, or spiritual clarity. Your light reminds them of what's possible. That's why they gravitate toward you. They want to be near that energy, to learn from it, to feel what it's like to be grounded in authenticity. But light also exposes what hides in the dark. For those who have built their identity on illusion or control, your presence can feel threatening. Without meaning to, you challenge their comfort zone simply by being yourself. Your confidence may highlight their insecurities. Your peace may expose their restlessness. They might project their discomfort onto you, interpreting your strength as arrogance or your calm as coldness. This is not because you've done anything wrong, but because your energy brings their unresolved emotions to the surface. You represent freedom, and freedom unsettles those still living in fear. Resistance often arises from the unconscious. People rarely realize why they feel irritated or competitive around you. They might rationalize it, finding small reasons to justify their reactions. But beneath those reasons lies a deeper truth. Your aura triggers a confrontation between their ideal self and their current self. They see in you what they've suppressed in themselves, and that recognition can sting. So they resist you not because they dislike you, but because they can't yet face what you symbolize. Admiration and resistance are simply two sides of the same coin. Both are reactions to impact. You influence people on an energetic level, and energy never leaves others unchanged. Some will rise in your presence, others will retreat. Some will feel inspired to grow, others will feel the need to compete. Both reactions confirm the strength of your field. Weak energy doesn't provoke such extremes. Only powerful energy does. Your aura disturbs stagnation, it calls movement into being. When people admire you, they align with your vibration. Their admiration is a form of resonance, their higher self responding to the truth you embody. When people resist you, they reject that same resonance, not out of malice, but out of fear of change. Either way, your energy becomes a catalyst. You remind people that they have choices to evolve, to reflect, or to stay the same. The duality you experience, attraction and aversion, is not a sign of imbalance, but of influence. It shows that your aura is strong enough to stir the unconscious in others. The deeper your self-awareness grows, the more pronounced this polarity becomes. Your task is not to chase admiration or fear resistance, but to remain centered. You are not responsible for how others interpret your light. You are responsible only for keeping it genuine. When you walk through the world with that understanding, both admiration and resistance become proof that your energy is alive and that its presence cannot be ignored. There's a certain kind of presence that doesn't end when you walk away. Long after you've left a room, people still feel you there, not as a memory, but as an energy. It's as if your frequency imprints itself into the atmosphere, echoing subtly through the emotions and minds of those who were near you. They might find themselves thinking about something you said, or feeling the calm, warmth, or intensity you carried long after the conversation has ended. This is what it means for your presence to linger. It's not magic or manipulation, it's resonance. Your energy leaves an aftertaste that words cannot explain. When someone carries an integrated, powerful aura, their field interacts with the energetic fields of others. Every exchange, every glance, every shared silence transmits vibration. If your energy is coherent, meaning your mind, emotions, and spirit are aligned, that vibration leaves a distinct imprint. People sense it in subtle ways. They replay your words, not because of the logic behind them, but because of how they felt when you spoke. Your tone, your stillness, your sincerity. These linger like a song that can't quite fade from the background. The reason your energy stays behind is that it carries emotional charge. You move through spaces with intention, and that intention amplifies your energetic signature. When you speak from presence rather than performance. When you listen, you give undivided attention instead of polite silence. Those qualities create emotional contrast in a world saturated with distraction and pretense. People are starved for realness, and when they experience it, their psyche clings to it. Even after you leave, their consciousness keeps returning to that feeling of authenticity, like touching a truth they had forgotten. For some, your lingering presence feels comforting. You leave behind calm, assurance, or quiet inspiration. For others, it feels confronting. They might feel unsettled, unable to explain why they can't stop thinking about you. That's because your energy doesn't just soothe, it stirs. It brings to awareness emotions they've suppressed, insights they've avoided, or aspects of themselves they only glimpse in your reflection. You become the reminder of something within them: strength, honesty, vulnerability, that's waiting to awaken. This energetic echo is also tied to emotional memory. Human beings remember feeling more vividly than fact. They might forget your exact words, but they will not forget the energy they felt around you. That's why your absence can feel strangely present. The mind continues to revisit the emotional imprint until it's integrated. You become a kind of internal teacher, a silent influence that continues to work long after physical contact ends. Spiritually speaking, when your aura is charged with clarity, it expands beyond your body. It fills the spaces you occupy with coherence. That coherence has a stabilizing effect, like tuning an instrument that was slightly off key. The environment adapts to your frequency. Even after you leave, the vibration doesn't immediately dissolve. It takes time for the space and the people within it to recalibrate. During that time, they feel you. They sense the echo of your field still harmonizing the air. Your lingering presence also reveals the depth of your energetic integration. People who scatter their energy through pretense, overthinking, or inauthenticity leave no imprint because their vibration lacks consistency. But when you live in truth, your energy holds form. It's solid, clear, and memorable. You move through the world like a tuning fork. Every interaction resonates. The people you meet may not understand energy in conscious terms, but they recognize it on a sensory level. They might describe it as good vibes, or peaceful energy, or something about you that's hard to forget. Your presence lingers because it's rooted in authenticity. It carries weight, not from dominance, but from depth. It's the energy of someone who knows who they are, who has faced their shadows and chosen stillness over noise. That kind of presence doesn't fade quickly. It leaves traces in hearts, in minds, and even in the subtle energy of the spaces you pass through, a silent reminder of what truth feels like when it walks into a room. When your aura is strong and sensitive, you begin to notice that certain people or environments drain you more than others. It's not weakness or antisocial behavior. It's energetic intelligence. Your system is finely tuned to vibration, and when you encounter chaotic or heavy energy, your body and mind respond immediately. You might feel tired, dizzy, anxious, or emotionally heavy after interacting with some people. This is because your aura naturally absorbs and transduces energy. It senses dissonance, imbalance, or unspoken emotion and tries to bring it into harmony. The exhaustion you feel is the price of unconscious transmutation. When you are deeply empathetic or energetically aware, you operate like a sponge. You pick up frequencies from your surroundings, often without realizing it. Every thought, emotion, or intention carries an energetic charge, and when you enter a space filled with conflicting emotions, your system begins to process them as if they were your own. This is why crowded places, arguments, or emotionally unstable individuals can leave you feeling depleted. Your aura doesn't just register external energy, it temporarily takes it in to stabilize it. What most people experience as discomfort, you experience as energetic overload. In psychological terms, this sensitivity is a form of emotional resonance. You unconsciously mirror the emotional states of others to understand them better. Spiritually, it's a form of energetic empathy, a capacity to feel collective emotion as if it were personal. But unless you've learned to regulate your energy, this gift becomes a burden. You leave conversations feeling heavy, your mood shifts without reason, and you find yourself needing solitude to recover. The fatigue isn't just physical, it's vibrational. Your field becomes congested with frequencies that don't belong to you. People with strong but open auras often attract those seeking emotional release. Strangers confide in you, friends lean on you, and even brief encounters turn into deep exchanges. Your presence feels cleansing to others because your energy neutralizes their emotional static. But while they walk away feeling lighter, you absorb what they've discharged. Over time, this creates energetic imbalance, a subtle form of burnout that even rest or sleep doesn't fully resolve. You wake up tired because your aura has been processing energy even in dreams. This dynamic is especially intense in crowds. Every individual emits an energetic field filled with thoughts, emotions, and subconscious signals. In a crowded environment, these fields overlap and collide, creating a chaotic energetic atmosphere. Most people block this out, but your sensitivity won't allow that. You pick up fragments of emotion. Anxiety from one person, frustration from another, excitement from someone else, until your system feels overloaded. Your mind can't name it, but your body feels it. That's why solitude, nature, or quiet spaces feel so healing. They allow your aura to recalibrate, to release what isn't yours, to breathe again. Learning to manage this sensitivity requires awareness. You have to recognize when fatigue is physical and when it's energetic. Grounding techniques, meditation, and boundaries become essential, not optional. Every time you say no to draining people or environments, you're protecting your frequency. You're teaching your aura to discern rather than absorb. It's not your responsibility to heal every atmosphere you walk into. Your energy is medicine, but even medicine has to be preserved to remain potent. Feeling drained around certain people isn't a flaw, it's feedback. It's your energy field telling you that harmony is being disrupted. It's guidance, not punishment. You're meant to listen to it, to retreat when necessary, to cleanse your energy the way you would cleanse your body. Because your sensitivity isn't fragility, it's a sign of spiritual refinement. The more conscious you become of this truth, the more you'll see that what feels like exhaustion is actually your energy trying to protect its natural rhythm in a world that constantly demands more than it gives back. There's an unmistakable pattern in your life. Animals, children, and empaths are naturally drawn to you. They approach you with ease, sensing something familiar, something safe. You don't have to speak their language because your energy already does. These beings, unclouded by social conditioning, perceive vibration before words, intention before action. They sense purity, coherence, and calmness in your field, and that's what attracts them. Your aura carries an unspoken message that says, you can be yourself here. Animals are the first to recognize this frequency. They operate entirely through instinct and energy. When your aura is balanced, compassionate, and grounded, they feel it instantly. A dog may rest its head on your knee, a cat might curl up beside you, or a bird may linger near your window. They don't approach everyone. They choose resonance over appearance. They trust vibration, not personality. Your presence transmits stillness, and to them, that stillness feels like safety. Animals gravitate toward you because your energy doesn't demand, it allows. It doesn't threaten, it harmonizes. It carries no hidden aggression or fear. You become, in essence, part of nature's rhythm, and they respond to that harmony instinctively. Children respond in much the same way. They have not yet learned to distrust their intuition, so they read energy with remarkable clarity. When a child senses authenticity, they relax. When they sense falseness, they withdraw. Around you, they feel free to laugh, speak openly, and play without self-consciousness. Your aura gives them permission to be real. It's not that you try to win their trust. You already embody the qualities they recognize as trustworthy: honesty, presence, and warmth. You listen with your eyes, not just your ears. You don't project authority, you radiate understanding. Children are drawn to that frequency because it mirrors the innocence they still live in, the pure state of being before masks are required. Empaths, too, gravitate toward you. They sense the same coherence and peace that animals and children feel, but they also recognize something deeper, your emotional truth. Empaths can detect hidden intentions and emotional inconsistencies. When they meet someone whose energy is clean, they feel instant relief. Your aura doesn't drain them, it replenishes them. It feels like meeting another frequency of clarity in a world full of static. They feel seen without effort, understood without explanation. They may open up quickly or feel an unspoken connection because your energy validates their sensitivity. You become a sanctuary for them, a space where they can rest from the noise of the world. The common thread among animals, children, and empaths is sensitivity to vibration. They live closer to the intuitive realms that most adults have learned to ignore. They don't analyze energy, they feel it. And what they feel in you is integration. A person who has faced their own emotions, who no longer hides from their inner landscape, that self-acceptance radiates as calm assurance, and it draws in those who seek stability. Your aura functions like a hearth in a storm, a quiet source of warmth that others instinctively move toward. This attraction also reveals something profound about your nature. Your energy doesn't just coexist, it heals. You bring coherence where there's chaos, calm where there's tension, honesty where there's pretense. Animals relax, children laugh, and empaths breathe easier because your vibration offers alignment. You remind them of the natural order of things. That connection doesn't have to be earned or explained. It simply is. What draws them to you is not your words or appearance, but the silent harmony your presence emits. It's the energy of someone who belongs equally to the human and spiritual worlds, someone whose light is felt, not just seen. When your aura is strong, aligned, and charged with clear intention, life begins to move in rhythm with your inner world. You start noticing patterns, moments that seem orchestrated by something beyond logic. You think of someone, and they suddenly message you. You imagine an opportunity, and it appears within days. The right book finds its way into your hands at the right moment. These are synchronicities, the language of alignment. They are not coincidences or random luck. They are reflections of the harmony between your energy and the universe. You manifest synchronicities easily because your inner vibration has become clear enough to communicate directly with reality itself. Manifestation doesn't begin with thought, it begins with energy. Every belief, every emotion, every intention you carry emits a frequency. When your aura is scattered by doubt, fear, or contradiction, those frequencies cancel each other out. The universe receives a distorted signal, and your manifestations arrive mixed or delayed. But when you become internally coherent, when your thoughts, emotions, and actions move in the same direction, the signal becomes pure. Your aura sends out a clear message to the field of potential around you, and that field responds immediately. What you once called miracles now become normal because you're operating within the natural laws of energy. Synchronicities are not separate from you, they are extensions of your awareness. The outer world mirrors the inner one. When your aura vibrates at a consistent frequency, reality organizes itself around that frequency. The people you meet, the timing of events, the opportunities that unfold, all begin to follow an invisible pattern. It feels as if the universe is conspiring in your favor, but in truth, it's simply matching your energetic state. You are not chasing alignment, you have become it. Your aura acts as a transmitter, broadcasting your internal truth into the collective field, and the external world rearranges to match it. The key is emotional alignment. The universe doesn't respond to words, it responds to vibration. If you say you want peace but carry tension, your energy is conflicted. If you say you want love but radiate fear of rejection, your aura sends mixed signals. When your energy becomes coherent, when you feel what you desire as already real, synchronicity becomes your constant companion. The more authentic your vibration, the more immediate the reflection. The energy field around you, vast and intelligent, begins to collaborate with your intentions, guiding you through subtle impulses, nudges, and signs that lead you exactly where you need to be. You may start to notice repeating numbers, songs that answer unspoken questions, or dreams that foreshadow upcoming events. These are not random, they are the universe's way of confirming your resonance. Each synchronicity is a whisper from the field, saying, yes, you're in flow. When you acknowledge these signs, instead of dismissing them, your awareness expands. You begin to live from a deeper intelligence, one that transcends linear logic. You stop forcing outcomes and start trusting timing. The need to control dissolves, replaced by a quiet confidence that everything is unfolding according to frequency, not fear. Manifesting synchronicities easily also means you've released resistance. Resistance is energetic friction, the part of you that doubts, fears, or questions your own worth. When you clear that resistance through self-awareness and emotional honesty, energy flows freely. Your aura becomes like clear water, reflective, receptive, unblocked. The universe loves clarity. When you no longer contradict your desires with disbelief, creation accelerates. You notice that what you seek begins seeking you. The people who align with your purpose appear naturally, and circumstances shift in uncanny ways to support your path. Your aura's coherence also affects time. In high alignment, you experience less delay between intention and manifestation. Things happen with what feels like effortless timing because you are no longer moving against the current of your own energy. You've stopped swimming upstream. The intuitive mind, attuned to the flow of synchronicity, guides you to act at the precise moment that opens doors. This is not luck. It's resonance with universal intelligence. The deeper truth is that synchronicities are the universe's feedback mechanism. They confirm that you're in harmony with your authentic self. When your aura is clear, you no longer create from anxiety or scarcity, you create from truth. The external world begins to echo your internal order. The more you follow those signs, the stronger the connection becomes. You live in dialogue with existence, a conversation of energy, not words. This is why people who are energetically aware seem to live magical lives. It's not that the universe favors them more, it's that they are listening. They understand that reality is responsive, alive, intelligent. They trust the unseen pattern moving beneath events. And in that trust, their aura expands even further, magnetizing synchronicity after synchronicity until the boundary between thought and manifestation, between dream and reality, becomes almost invisible.